And it needs a tune-up, but we'll get to all that. Gotta fix the speedometer. I don't know but what it might rain here. Come bugs flying at me. Anyway, we need to give this old girl a tune-up. Since the oldest has her permit now, she drove the little Honda with Mama to church, and I drove this and noticed it's kind of stumbling and carrying on. I haven't even set the time in or pulled a plug or anything on this engine since I put it in, so we need to give it a tune-up. I just pulled one plug. Well, it don't look too bad. It's worn. I think we're going to put new plugs, wires, cat and rotor, all of which shows signs of wear, and tear apart that carburetor and put a kit in it. So maybe this thing will get a little better gas mileage. And then, in amongst all that, we'll see if I can't fire up that Nova. And I need to put away some inventory here. What do you say, pal? What you got there?
Darts. Want to get a video of me throwing 2 at a time?
Sure, let's do it.
And try that again.
Whoops. Well, it looks like you better keep practicing. You know what they say?
Yeah.
Practice makes perfect. Awesome. Well, wouldn't you know? Got done with lunch and now it's raining. But I think I got plenty of other projects to keep me busy till that lets up. The girls fixed the bicycle the other weekend. They had the right idea, but they missed it by just a little. So we fixed that up a little bit. It's a Schwinn bike. You'd think that'd be a good one, but I'm here to tell you, they make them in China and it ain't much good anymore. But go see how it does.
Okay.
Did it stop raining?
Yep.
All right, let's go work on the Nova.
Not even the little drizzle comes from
That's
the sky.
what we need. Looks like it works. All right, let's go to work. Every time I get started good, bud, it starts raining again.
No.
I didn't order this rain. Every time I get started on that Nova, it starts raining. I'm about half soaked, so I guess we won't hear the Nova run today, but we might hear that XR70 maybe. Of course, I got to soak that carburetor. It's pretty nasty looking. Yes, sir. Well, Mrs. Heavy Chevy finally got back with some parts for the 55. We got Borg Warner P series with aluminum contacts. Used to that stuff came with brass. And I got some made in Mexico AC Delco plugs. And I got some Gabriel Ultra shocks with G-Force technology. Say, that must be really good. Oh, and stable steer valving. And a G-Force piston. And a leak-proof piston seal. Gosh, that will probably do wonders. Those are made in Mexico too. Now that I quit, the sun come out. I guess I'm gonna unquit. I'm gonna tune up this 55 right quick though. Would you please describe for the audience the noise the truck was making one more time?
No.
It was what?
I don't make good sound effects. You
It
ask
was whoa,
my
whoa, whoa, something like. Well,
Ashley's gonna cut out.
we think that mysterious noise, whatever it was she was making, was partially caused by the vacuum advance that it appears to be stuck. So we'll need to free that up before we put our new made in Mexico rotor on. You sure you don't want to make that noise again? Okay. Alright, we've got the mechanical advance. I might have inadvertently said vacuum advance last time. Seems to be functioning. And using our handy Mighty Vac vacuum pump, I checked the vacuum advance canister. And it is good and is working. So we'll finish assembling this. And then we'll get Mrs. Heavy Chevy to gap some plugs. So we got new plugs in the cap rotor, not new wires because they didn't have any. But I don't think they're really bothering anyway. I advanced the timing 4 degrees from where it was fairly retarded. And now I think we got to do the carburetor because it's idling about 1100 RPM right now. And then if you do this, and then if you do this, ain't supposed to do that secondary air door staying open slightly. So we'll have to work on that. We got a motorcycle carburetor cleaned up, ready to put back together. And we got yet another quadra junk or quadra bog, or any other numerous names that needs to be repaired. Okay?
Yep.
Alright, we got the little XR70 running, runs like a champ, but it's got a split fuel line, so I got to drain the tank back out into the gas tank there. But that's a minor issue. Now I'm going to disassemble this Quadrajet and put it in the bucket to soak. You can see here, it was remanufactured. Quality, it says. That's good. At some point. And there's a little seal that they put on the screws, let them know if you took it apart. Well, since I don't know where it came from, I'm going to take it apart. We've got it partially disassembled. Putting the metal parts in the little basket for soaking. There's a bunch of extra vacuum ports on this carburetor we don't need. I'm going to plug them off so that you don't see so many plugged vacuum hoses. And I'll continue disassembly. Well, you can see there's a little bit of goo in the bottom of the carburetor, but it ain't too awful bad. You can also tell that these idle down tubes, that one's a lot lower than that one. I don't know how big of a deal that is, but I'd probably straighten that up. I'm not going to modify this carburetor any. It run pretty good. I think it's just in need of a tune-up, that's all. There's something worth mentioning. Carb kits always come with these little thingamajigs. I guess they're supposed to soak up whatever gas might leak out of here, but I can't see how that benefits anything. So we're going to throw away that. And I suspect this is leaking around these plugs. We'll clean that up real good and epoxy it in here as well. And also, you can tell this is a reman carburetor. It's got galvanized primary throttle blades. And then the secondaries, when they put together, they just didn't seat them correctly. So it tends to want to stay open a little bit, so we'll just loosen them screws up and fix that before we put it back together, and that might cure what ails it. I'm gonna put it in my little bucket here and soak it tonight and then I'm gonna go in the house, see if Mama's got something to eat. Boy, I got too much stuff to mess with. Didn't get the Nova running, but that'll come soon. Discovered something else here. I was getting ready to put it in the can and noticed the primary didn't want to close very good either. It would go if you pushed it, but it didn't want to naturally. And the reason for that was that piece there was bent down and just barely rubbing right there. So I guess the moral to the story is just pay attention to every detail. You might find something little that was giving you grief. And there's my bucket of goo. I know Chevaholic likes to put his in frying pans, but I always keep a bucket. I have to change my bucket every 4 years or so. For some reason it eats it up. And I need a little more. Another gallon of stuff dumped in there, it looks like. Well, I'll have to be on the hunt for a new bucket. By the way, I wonder where Chevaholic is. I wonder if he got a girlfriend or something. New girlfriend. You know, they'll sap your energy.